Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about a brand new game that's coming out called Few Parsec Away. I'm going to just call it as Parsec. You can say the full name, but I'll always refer to it as Parsec. This is the way I'm going to do it. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to do the initial review, basically tell you about the game, go through the white paper a little bit, give you some background, some upcoming information, show you a glimpse of what's available. But I guarantee there's going to be a lot more videos coming out here with my voice on around this game. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the team behind it. It just looks like a fun one. It reminds me of an old school game, which I shall not name, but which also has me super excited about it. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and talk about Parsec. First of all, the game Parsec itself comes from the team that developed Farming Tales, not Farmer's World. Farming Tales, the good one. It is the same team, Node 42. They are also developing this one together with the team that you are probably very familiar with, Lycos, Bruce the Goose, and people like that. So it comes from a solid team with a solid reputation. So that is a good checkbox right there. Obviously, number two, the look is great. You can just see from the web page that you're looking at right now, very clean, very good look. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to show you some what's available in the game and what's some sneak peeks of what the game's going to actually look like, so you can continue to see how good this is going to look as far as from a visual perspective. Plus the PFPs look great, which were launched, and we'll get to that all here in a few minutes. Before I dive into the white paper and really tell you about the game itself, let me go ahead and do the normal disclaimer, since I will talk about some upcoming sales. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial professional. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any game. Don't just take my word for it and jump into a game. Do what's best for your situation and make sure you do the research. I'm just a gamer. I'm not a professional. You know the deal. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this as far as what the game is. It is going to be a browser-based game that is both PvE and PvP. So it allows you to go ahead and build up your space station and your, I guess, colony, we'll call it. Allows you to build up, compete against other people, get in alliances with other people, and just earn throughout the game itself. So it is a seasonal based game also. So obviously that'll go in seasons, similar to games like Realm, where it goes a certain season. The leaderboards get rewards at the end. Those have not been defined yet. But the fun part of this one, and the thing that I think most people will be excited about, is it is free to play. There will be NFTs. There will be tokens that you can earn and NFTs you can buy. They just give you bonuses and perks throughout the game. They do not really super influence the game itself. So a free-to-play game or a free-to-play player could come in and potentially do well. At least that's the theory behind it. We won't actually know until the game's launched and we're actually able to jump in there and play it. But they are stressing that it's a free-to-play style game, and the NFTs will give you perks and bonuses, but not really sway the game one way or the other. Let's talk about the game itself. I won't go too far into the Parsec universe. I'll have a link in the description to their website, which has the white paper details up here on the top. You can also get to some of the other multimedia and other news, all those things. You will notice, and I forgot to mention this previously, the first phase of Parsec will be launching on September 1st. So it is right around the corner. We are less than a month away from this. I guess the beta version of it coming out here. So that'll be available soon. Let me go ahead and talk about some of the details of the game. Within the game, there's going to be three factions: the Emperors, the Republics, and the Rebellion, or Rebels. Each of those are going to have home bases, home locations. For example, the Republic is going to be on Earth, Empire Mars, Rebels is going to be on two different locations throughout the universe. Each of the factions is going to give you a little bit of a bonus. The Empire is going to give you a fleet and defense reduction bonus of 6%. The Republic is going to give you a titanium and essentially a resource increase as you're going through. And the Rebels are going to give you a research reduction in cost. So depending on how you want to play in your play style, that will kind of influence which of the factions that you do lean towards when you go for the selection. In addition, the planets are also going to give you different bonuses. I'm not going to read through all of them, but you can just, I'll quickly go through. You can pause if you want to take a look at it, or just go to the white paper and check it out. Each one's going to give you a series of bonuses, whether it is For example, in here, the food production is unchanged, but there's a reduction of titanium, but an increase of helium. So you can go through these and check out each of them. And again, that'll also maybe sway your decision on which faction and location that you're going to go ahead and jump in here to. As I mentioned, they are going to have seasons. Within the seasons, you're going to go ahead and try and produce as much of the resources as possible. We'll build your colony up and defend it and potentially attack other people depending on your play style. And those that are doing the best and gaining the most resources will get higher and higher on the leaderboard and potentially win some prizes. Basically, you'll get 1 point for every 10,000 units of resources that you consume, and that means through research, building, and things like that. The tokenomics, I'm going to quickly go over, and then we'll jump to the NFTs. The fractal is essentially the main currency of the game. There's going to be only a total of 1 million of the tokens. So that is a limited supply. Usually we see in like the 100 millions. So there's just 1 million supply, and this is how it's going to be distributed. And it's unique compared to a lot of the other things. For example, that right now the PFP sale happened earlier this week, and it was just staked yesterday. I'm going to show you that here in a second. And during that first 30-day period, you'll get a distribution from those PFPs, which will be the first 100,000 that get sent out. Commanders will also distribute about 300 of those. Station holders will get 100,000. Season rewards, that'll be part of that leaderboard that I just mentioned, will get rewards, plus the project treasury for events and the partnerships and things like that. So it is a very limited amount in tokenomics. I normally don't talk about tokenomics or dive in too much detail. I thought this was just interesting how limited the tokenomics is going to be. But let's dive into some of the stuff that you're probably a little more excited about, and that's the NFTs. There are a number of NFTs. There are the commanders, which will be used in game, and they'll give you perks within the game. And there's different ones. There's the generals, that's going to give you a production cost for defense bonus. Admirals, which is going to give you a fleet bonus. Engineers, which is going to give you the production of the resources, and so forth. We got researchers and professors, and you can see that each faction has their own version of the NFT. The NFTs themselves are very nice looking as far as the graphics. For those of you that probably haven't guessed now, they are AI generated, so be aware of that if you have anything against AI. Which I don't see why you would. Be aware that the NFTs are AI generated, but they are also very nice looking, which I think gives a huge bonus to the different ones that are in here. And one of the hints I wanted to give you, that there is the Commander NFT sale that's coming on sale here next week, roughly less than a week from the time you're probably watching this video. I've heard it's on August 9th. Keep an eye on the Discord for Parsec, and I'll have a link in the description down below for their Discord to go ahead and check it out. They'll have an announcement with all the details as far as the commanders go. So that is coming here in the near future, and those will be used in game. And as you saw by the tokenomics, they'll distribute the in-game token as part of actually owning these different resources. In addition, other NFTs that they have is the space stations. These are the lands. There's only going to be a total of, I believe, 12 of these throughout the entire game. Yes, 12 of these, and it's going to be land. So these are going to be one of those things that if you can afford and it's right for your situation, you probably want to have if you're going to play this game if you're going to play this game a lot. Again, completely up to your situation. I'm going to try for one. I highly doubt I'm going to get one, but we'll try. They are going to be auctioned off. So it's not like a quick sale that bots are going to get. It's going to be a flat out auction. These auctions actually kick off on the 5th, this weekend coming up. So if you're watching this video close to when it was released, the August 5th is when the first set of 3 space stations is going to be auctioned off. The starting price is 500 wax. I imagine it's going to go quite a bit higher based on how the PFP auctions went earlier. So I can see these go for quite a bit since there is only 12 of them. So keep an eye on that. I'm excited to see what those get. If I happen to get one, we'll obviously do a much more in-depth view of this and tell you about them, actually show you them in game. Some of the other ones are spaceships. These are going to give you different bonuses throughout the game. They're not quite defined yet as far as the stats go. And then last but not least, this is the item that was already released. This was actually released a few days ago. They did an auction for the first 10 PFPs, And then they did a sale for the next 41, I believe. I'm sorry, 141 PFPs. And they're going to give a number of them away as part of collaborations and giveaways. And you've already started seeing some of them get posted. But these are a total of 200 of them. They're all completely unique and they all look awesome. Well, most of them look awesome. There's a few that are iffy out there, but this is not my style. But they all look awesome. I got 3, which I'll show you here in a second. They look nice. There's a few that are much cooler that I'll hopefully get here in the future. But they already put them out there. And like I said earlier, that the first 30 days that these are staked, you'll go ahead and get the in-game token generated during that time frame. So you at least get a head start with these PFPs. There are some available in the secondary market, but they're limited and they're expensive. So be aware of that. There's apparently a big push for PFPs in general right now on the Wax blockchain. As I mentioned, the company is Node 42, same company that brought you Farming Tales. So they're solid. I personally, and this is just my opinion, I'm not concerned about any sort of rug pull with this one, which is also part of the reason why I'm so excited about it. So let's go ahead and jump over to show you what's actually in the game itself. There's not much. Please keep in mind, again, they just dropped the PFP staking, and the actual game doesn't itself launch until September 1st. So it's going to be very limited until that time frame. But if you go over to their website, link down in the description below, you click on tools, it's going to take you, you can see it's built in Unity. And again, it is browser based. This is what you're going to come. This really all they have in there right now. This was the PFP pack sale that I mentioned earlier, completely sold out. The other neat thing is if you are one to spread the word about NFT games and you have friends that tend to follow you into games and you think this is an interesting game for them, you can get a referral. Just have them, when they go ahead and purchase from this section, to put your Wax wallet information in this tab right here, and you'll get some sort of bonus. I don't know what the details are for that yet. But they will have additional drops. As I mentioned, they're going to have the commander drops, which is going to kick off here, I believe, the 9th. And they'll have additional ones down the road where you can go ahead and get and use this section, which is the drop section. They have the unpack section, which you can either unpack here or you can go on Nifty to unpack. And then they have the staking option. This is the area that's probably most interesting to most right now. You can see that I have 3 different PFPs in here. They were sold as packs. I got a random draw with these. I got 2. I think that all 3 of them are girls. This is an assassin. I believe this is a nuclear tech, and this is a commander. Not a commander per se, but their job description in the NFT, I believe, was commander. But what they do is they go ahead and they'll generate the in-game token, which you can see I'm getting 2.08333 per hour. So they'll go ahead and generate that, and I can just go ahead and click on the claim to gather it. It is available. There is the swap on Alcor. There will be a swap eventually on Taco. So you can go ahead and start generating with that also. And if I want to go ahead and unstake, I can go ahead and unstake them. Like I said, right now in the secondary market, at least the last time I checked, there were only a few. I believe there's less than 5, including packs. I think there's only 3 packs left that have not been opened. The pack sale that happened this past weekend sold out in 30 minutes. They're $15 a pop, so they weren't overpriced. They're actually a pretty good price considering the reward you're going to get from it. And they sold out fast, and they also sold out fast in the secondary market too. So more to come on this. Like I said, I just wanted to do a brief overview of what's coming for Parsec, give you an idea. If you're not aware of what's going on with it, now you are. So now you at least know it's out there. For the commander sale, at least save one for me so I can grab some commanders. But I hope this is something that's interesting you. Go ahead in the comments down below. Let me know, is it a game that you may be interested in? Like I said, my initial view of the game, I'm excited for it. The team's solid. The game seems solid. And the community's already jumped on there. Like I said, the PFP pack sold out in 30 minutes. So let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.